Hello guys, welcome to Python and Machine Learning Daily. Today let's talk about API keys and how to secure them. In one of my previous videos, I worked with OpenAI API key, and this is the kind of bad example of revealing your API keys directly in the code. That shouldn't be the case. So I will show you a few ways to improve that. So we're loading OpenAI embeddings or chat OpenAI from LangChain, and we provide OpenAI API key just like that. This example is bad even not from security point of view, but just from the point of view of repeating the value. So if you have such repeating value, it should be probably defined somewhere on top. Something like if you're inside a function, API key equals this, and then you load that as a variable like this. So it would be defined only once in one place. And if you need to change that, it would be changed in one place here. So this refactoring is not about security, it's about duplicate values. But now let's load that API key from somewhere. And that somewhere may be operating system. And for that, you load it once in your local script, or you can set environment variable in your operating system directly outside of PyCharm or Python. But I will show you the Python way. So you import OS, operating system, from Python, and then you do os.environ for environment, and then you provide the key. The default key that those libraries from LangChain will be looking for is called uppercase OpenAI underscore API underscore key, like this. And then what happens, those libraries will be looking for environment variable, and you don't need to provide those as parameters. That's one. And then as soon as you execute that script, that variable will be saved into your operating system for other scripts, so you don't need to define that in other Python scripts if you want to use the same API key. And PyCharm is underlining that line, so we need to have two lines empty before the function. So yeah, we'll load that once, but then it still is in our code. We cannot push that code to GitHub or show that to colleague or somewhere, right? So to load that variable from the environment, we import another library, but first we need to install it in the terminal. We run pip install python.env. And then we go from .env import load.env. And instead of that line, we just call the function load.env like this. And then we need to create a file which would be locally on our machine, so we wouldn't commit that to any repository, which would be .env. So new file, .env, and we create key value pairs like this. So OpenAI API key equals whatever is the value, and it would load the value from .env file, so you don't need to load that from your operating system. So basically you have a choice, load that from your operating system or from .env file. And to load that from operating system from previous scripts without assigning that in that script, we have API key, for example, if you need that as a variable, os environment dot get, and then the key OpenAI API key like this. But I personally prefer to work with .env files with .env library, because an operating system, then you need to explain to everyone where to set those variables, and it's different on macOS, Windows, and Linux. So my personal advice would be do it like this. Just don't forget to git ignore that .env file, so it would exist only on your local machine and not committed to the repository. That's it, the advice how to secure your API keys, whether it's for OpenAI or other third-party providers. Subscribe to the channel to get more useful videos like this one, and see you guys in other videos.